Hello and welcome to the AI with Arun Show. In this episode, we are breaking down the biggest corporate merger in human history. On February 2nd, 2026, SpaceX officially acquired xAI. We are talking about a combined entity valued at $1.25 trillion. But why merge a rocket company with a chatbot company? The media says it's about money, but if you look at the engineering, it's actually about physics. Today, I'm going to show you why Elon Musk believes the future of AI isn't in Silicon Valley, it's in orbit. First, let's follow the money. This deal values SpaceX at $1 trillion and xAI at $250 billion. But here's the clever part. They used a structure called a triangular merger. Think of it like a firewall. xAI becomes a wholly owned subsidiary, which means it sits in its own legal box inside SpaceX. Why do this? Because xAI has debt, over $12 billion of it, some inherited from the Twitter days. This structure protects SpaceX's main bank accounts from xAI's debts and legal risks. It's a way to combine their strengths without infecting the rocket company with the social media company's baggage. So why do this? Because we are hitting a wall on Earth. We call it the Thermodynamic Ceiling. Right now, AI models are getting so big that training them requires city-sized amounts of electricity and massive amounts of water for cooling. We are literally running out of power grids that can handle the load. If we keep building data centers on Earth, we risk blackouts and draining local water supplies. The laws of physics are telling us that Earth is becoming too small for the level of intelligence we want to build. The solution is to leave the atmosphere. Space is the ultimate computer case. On Earth, cooling a supercomputer is hard. In space, you have a vacuum that sits at 2.7 Kelvin, that is roughly minus 270 degrees Celsius. Through a process called radiative cooling, we can dump the heat from the chips directly into the void of space without using a single drop of water. Plus, you have the sun. In orbit, there are no clouds and, in some spots, no night. You get pure, unfiltered solar energy 24/7. It is the perfect environment for high-performance computing. Unlimited energy input and an infinite freezer to cool it down. But how do you get a data center into space? You need a heavy-duty truck. That is Starship. Traditional rockets are too small and expensive. But Starship can carry 200 tons of payload in a single shot. That's 20 times more than the Falcon 9. SpaceX is targeting a launch almost every hour. They aren't launching servers, like you see in a server room. They are launching Starlink V3 satellites. These aren't just for internet anymore. They have massive GPU clusters built right into them. The plan is to turn the sky into a floating mesh of supercomputers. Here is the statistic that should blow your mind. On January 30th, 2026, SpaceX filed paperwork with the FCC to launch up to 1 million satellites. Let that sink in. 1 million. If they build this out, this network could eventually consume and generate more power than the entire United States economy. The goal is to process data in space and just beam the answers down to us. It's not just a network. They are building a planetary computer that wraps around the globe. Now, not everyone is cheering. Critics are calling this a massive bailout. Here is the reality. xAI was burning about $1 billion a month trying to catch up to OpenAI. By merging, xAI gets access to SpaceX's steady cash flow. But if you were a SpaceX investor who just wanted to own a rocket company, you now own a risky AI startup and a controversial social media platform. Some minority shareholders feel like they were forced into this deal to save Musk's other companies. It's a high-stakes gamble. If xAI fails, it could drag SpaceX down with it. Let's look at the tech. Why does SpaceX need xAI? 2 words. Mars autonomy. If you are on Mars, you cannot use the cloud. The signal takes 20 minutes to get to Earth and back. You need an AI that lives with you, on your local hardware. They are already testing this. Grok is taking over Starlink technical support, solving problems for 9 million users. But the endgame is Grok 4, an AI with a massive context window designed to run life support in habitats in deep space without any help from Earth. It is the operating system for the next planet. You might be asking, where is Tesla? Well, Tesla is the body for this brain. Tesla invested $2 billion into xAI. Their cars and the Optimus robot use Grok to reason and navigate. Meanwhile, Tesla Megapacks are powering the ground stations that talk to these satellites. Many analysts think this is just step 1. In 12 to 18 months, we might see a grand unification where Tesla, SpaceX, and xAI merge into one giant conglomerate controlling energy, transport, and intelligence. SpaceX isn't the only player here. We are in a new space race. China is launching 26,000 satellites for their Guoang constellation to do the exact same thing. Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin are building Blue Ring orbital data centers. This is about sovereign compute. Nations want data centers in international waters, space, where they don't have to worry about local laws or power grid failures. Whoever controls the orbital compute cloud controls the future of AI training. I want to be clear, this is incredibly dangerous. Space is hostile. First, cosmic radiation destroys computer chips. Standard AI chips will get fried in orbit, unless they have heavy shielding. Second, there is the Kessler Syndrome. If you put 1 million satellites in orbit, one collision could start a chain reaction that turns the space around Earth into a field of shrapnel, trapping us on the planet. And finally, obsolescence. You can't upgrade a satellite. By the time you launch it, the chip is already old news. So what is the ultimate goal? Elon Musk calls it a Kardashev 2 civilization. This is the idea of harnessing the full power of our sun. The vision is to turn the solar system into a light cone of consciousness. The profits from this massive AI network are what will fund the colonization of Mars and the Moon. It sounds like science fiction, but with a $1.25 trillion valuation, the market is betting this is real. To wrap up, we are witnessing the separation of intelligence from the Earth's surface. This merger is a bet that the only way to keep scaling AI is to leave the planet. It solves the energy crisis, but it creates massive financial and safety risks. We'll keep watching as they target an IPO in June 2026. Until then, I want to know what you think. Would you trust an AI that lives in the sky? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please consider joining us as a member and support our work. And please like, share, and subscribe to the AI with Arun Show.